You know Javante Davis personally, but you're not going to the fight. Like, ooh, okay. What's up guys, it's your girl Kelsey and I'm back with another video. If you're new here, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for your support. As you can tell by the title, today's video is going to be a mukbang slash story time. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So excuse my voice today, it's a little raspy because of my allergies, but today we're going to be having tacos. This is actually my first time trying the Birria tacos, but y'all, I'm starving, so let's get right into this video. So y'all saw what the tacos look like, and this is the little dip that we're gonna be using. And I just have me a bottle of water, room temperature Ozarka. This is my favorite water to drink, by the way. This story time is gonna be about my worst date ever, and for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna make up a name. I'm gonna call the guy Jay. His name is gonna be Jay. So yeah, let's get right into it. I met Jay at Chick-fil-A. I actually went inside to order my food because the the line was like wrapped or whatever. So I ended up leaving my card in the car and he offered to pay for my food, and so we ended up exchanging numbers, and he ended up asking me out on a date maybe like a week or two later. No, it was a week later. Yeah, a week later. So hold on y'all, let me take the first bite because I am starving. Okay, your girl is starving. I wasn't expecting it to be this good, no lie. That's what he said. Hold on, y'all. Let me get one more bite. Because I'm not going to be able to focus. Oh, I need to do the thumbnail too. The food about to be gone. The food about to be gone already. Hold on. So yeah. My bad, y'all. See, that's why I don't do mukbangs, because it's like so hard for me to talk and eat at the same time. Anyway, so Jay asked me out on a date and I'm like, all right, cool. Just, you know, let me know what day you want to go, whatever. So he's like, oh, well, what do you want to do? Because I'm not from here. So like, what do you want to do? I'm not from here. I just moved here. Now, I'm like, okay, like I get that you're not from here, but I don't know. You have Google, like Google somewhere, you know what vibe you going for. He said he just wanted a drink. So I'm like, okay, I sent him a couple of suggestions. He ended up not liking the places that I suggested. So I'm like, okay, you pick the place. He was just too indecisive. That was red flag number one. Way too indecisive. So you don't know where you want to go and you ask me where I want to go and I tell you, and then you say that the place is overrated, blah, blah, blah. You know what? You pick the place. So we ended up going to this hotel bar because the vibe was he just wanted like drinks or whatever. The plan was for us to get drinks, and then we were kind of like bar hop and, you know, just see where the night goes. Just on a lounge vibe or whatever. So we ended up going to this hotel bar, and when we got there, it's storming. It's pouring down raining. So I called him and I was like, hey, do you want to just go across the street to a restaurant, you know, so we can like pull right up to the door and get out? Because the hotel, they had like a high school prom or something there that night. So it was kids everywhere. We would have had to park extremely far. Like, I didn't want to get wet and I had on heels, so I just wasn't feeling it. So he like, what's wrong? Well, why we just can't stay here? I was like, well, it's a prom going on. Like, he was so adamant. about still going in. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever, let's go. And he was like, well, you could just get in the car with me and then I'll drop you off at the front door. So I parked, got in his car, and then he dropped me off at the front door, and I ended up going in. Just the most for absolutely nothing when we could have just went across the street. So, yeah, I should have got 4 of these. These good. So, I go inside, and then he went park the car or whatever. So I'm like I'm sitting in the hotel lobby like waiting on him. He come in. First of all, he looked tacky as fuck. I'm sorry, I said I don't curse on my channel anymore. He looked very tacky. And he wasn't that cute. Like, I don't know. He looked better the day that I met him. But anyway, so I'm like, ugh, like what he got on? Like, look at his shoes. Ugh. So, So he like, where you want to sit at? You want to sit here, or you want, like, first of all, lead. You're a man, lead. Like, walk in and find somewhere for us to sit. Like, why do I have to make all of the decisions? Like, I had to pick the place. Now I gotta pick where we sitting there. Like, I'm just not used to that. Like, I hate that. Like, I hate going on dates with men that can't lead. Like, walk in the room and own it. You the man, not me. Like, ugh, let me thrive in my femininity. Jeez. So, anyway, by this point, I already know that he's never gonna hear from me again. Like, I'm drove already. So, y'all, I gotta take a break and like really get some of the story out. So I'm like, I'm over it. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Don't be rude. Like, just let him talk or whatever. Let him talk, as in, I'm over it. I don't even, whatever. I already had it set in my head that he was never gonna hear from me again. So whatever. I ordered me a drink. The energy was just off. They had kids at the bar area. It was just a mess. But anyway, so I'm asking him like, okay, well, what do you do for work? I'm just asking him questions or whatever. And you know how when you have a conversation with somebody, like, let's say you ask them, okay, well, what do you do for work? And then they tell you what they do for work, and then they'll ask you. They'll say, okay, well, I'm a contractor. What about you? Like, so I'm asking him questions, y'all. He never asked me anything about me. Like, this guy, he can't tell y'all nothing about me because he didn't even ask. And like, I'm not about to volunteer information. Like, I already don't like you and have it set in my head that you're never gonna hear from me again. So I'm just sitting here waiting for the date to be over. So he just blabbing, going on and on and on. So he had mentioned something about Vegas. So I was like, oh, you going to the fight? And he was like, no. Do you know who's fighting? And I'm like, yeah, Gervonta Davis and whoever. Like, I know Gervonta Davis. Like, everybody knows Gervonta. And he was like, no, I'm not going to the fight. But I know Gervonta personally. Yeah, I know him personally. But no, I'm not going to the fight. And I'm just looking like, you know Gervonta Davis personally, but you're not going to the fight. Like, ooh, okay. So he's like, yeah, I know him personally, but I don't want to I'm not just about to call his phone like, yo, what up, Gervonta? Let me get some tickets. Yeah, I don't really be on there, but yeah, I know him very well. And I'm just like, okay. So that was strike number probably 3. So I'm still just listening to him ramble and ramble. I ordered a Cosmo, y'all. He got double shots of like some type of tequila. Probably like Don Julio or something. He on like his second drink now. He getting double shots. So the liquor kicking in, he just keep talking. Of course, he starting to feel himself more, even more now, after he done did the Gervonta Davis flicks. So I'm asking him like, okay, well, how many kids do you have? He has 2 kids. I'm like, okay, well, you know, do you have a good relationship with your BMs? Like, you know, I'm just keeping him talking so he won't ask me nothing. Oh. So I'm like, you know, how old are your kids? Do you have a good relationship with their moms? And he's like, oh, yeah, my baby mamas, they don't have a problem with me. As much money as I give them, like even if they do feel away, they're not gonna say nothing because I take care of them. Like as much money as they get from me. And I'm just like, okay, so you one of them. I see where we going. So basically the whole date, he just bragging and boasting. Then he goes to tell me a story about a time when he was in Houston in the club with James. He never said what James he talking about. Now mind you, I know somebody named James. So when he said, yeah, I'm in a section with James, I'm like, you know James? Like, how you know James? I'm assuming he talking about the James I know. So he's like, yeah, me and James in a section. We had some of the baddest women in Houston in our section with us. It's just me and James. He just kept saying James. So I'm just listening. For one, I couldn't even get a word in. That's how much he was talking. So yeah, this taco is so good. So I was like, oh, okay. So I think I had asked him what James he was talking about or something. Y'all, tell me why he talking about James Harden. So first you said you was friends with Gervonta Davis. Then you said you was friends with James Harden. The math is just not mathing. Wait, there's more. And so, y'all, for one, I just hate men who brag. And then I hate men who deride other men. Like, even if these really are your friends, like, why are you trying to sell them to get me? Like, do you want me to be talking to you, or you want me to go talk to James and Gervonta? Like, what? Because the minute I ask you to give me tickets or to meet them, you're gonna be calling me a gold digger. So stop talking about them. I'm here with you, not them. Like, ugh. So I feel like I'm not doing the story no justice because I'm eating. But so he's basically telling me how he ended up here, and he was just like, yeah, I was living in, I forgot what state he was living in. I want to say Arkansas or Alabama, one of those states. So he's like, yeah, why would I stay there when I could come here and be making making way more than what I was making there? Like, the job I just accepted, they gave me an offer I couldn't refuse. They offered me $160,000 more than what I was already making. So I'm like, so these people offered you $160K more than what you was already making? Like, you told me what your occupation is. Like, the math is just not mathing. So I'm like, he just steady bragging. So what was the next thing? We started talking about passports, and I was telling him how my passport is about to expire this year. And he was like, oh yeah, mine already expired, but I'ma just get one of these jobs to pay for it. Yeah, the companies, they fly me all over the world and fly me all to different countries and stuff, so they just gonna pay for everything. I could get it right now, but they just pay for everything. So you saying all of this, but when the bill came, mind you, I only had one drink, one Cosmo. But you had, y'all, he had so many drinks. He had so many drinks. Like, the boy was drunk. And when the bill came, he like, oh, $145. Hold up, what they charged me for? Not what they charged you for. Not Mr. I make 160K more than what I was making last year. Not Mr. in the section turned with James Harden and good friends with Javante Davis. Not Mr. your baby mamas don't play with you because you break bread with them. You complaining about $145 tab when this your tab. All I had was one drink. All I had was one drink and you got like 5 drinks. And you had double shots. And we're at a hotel bar. You lucky it was only $145. So, anyway, y'all. Oh, I forgot to mention. Whatever kind of cologne he had on, y'all, I hated the smell. It was making me sick in the stomach. I don't know if it was because I was just over him, but the cologne was making me nauseous, and he kept asking me. He was like, are you okay? You good? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Y'all, I was dizzy. He was talking so much, I was freaking dizzy. I was so ready to go. And he was like, you good? You sure you good? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Y'all, I was so dizzy. I was like falling asleep. Just sitting there, just listening to him ramble the whole time. So, y'all, then he go through his phone. He's showing me pictures of him with people. You know how people will post a picture on IG and they'll literally walk up to a celebrity and go like this, like take a selfie with them, and then be like, post it up with my bro. First of all, that is not your bro. Second of all, you asked for that picture. Like, you're a fan. It's okay to be a fan, but don't be showing me these pictures that you took with these D-listers. Well, I ain't gonna say D-listers, but don't be showing me pictures that you took with local celebrities. Like, why are you showing me pictures anyway? Like, I don't want to see that. Like, what do you want me to say? So he like, oh yeah, you know who this is? You know Super Scent? Oh yeah, this her old man homeboy. Yeah, this us at the Zulu ball. Yeah, we on the King stage. Yeah, this us right here. Oh, you know B Marie, this her old man. And I'm just like, oh God, y'all, this was a date from hell. I was waiting on Ashton Kutcher to jump out. I'm looking at my list because I literally had to write it down. It was so much stuff, y'all. And this boy still be texting my phone to this day. Good morning, beautiful. Hey, stranger. Like, and if he see this video, I don't care. Because maybe you need to know the truth. And then, how you get drunk on the first date? Like, as a man, why are you getting drunk on a date? Like, you're an alcoholic. That's all you just basically told me you're an alcoholic. Because why are you drinking this much? Like, are you well? Like, no. Yeah, I was so ready to go home. Then the next day, he was like, hey, what you doing today? I would like to see you. You really think you gonna ever see me again? He was blowing me up the next day, like trying to do stuff. Like, he wanted to do like an all-day event. Like, boy, you are never going to see me again. You're never gonna hear from me again. Y'all, these tacos busting. I should have got more than 3 because I'm done. Y'all, I feel like I kind of rushed through this story because I only had 3 tacos. But moral of the story, the boy was capping, trying to brag and act like he knew people. Like, that's so narcissistic to me. Like, why do you have to use other people to impress a female? Like, you're a square. You're a square because you don't even have that to do. Y'all, that was literally the worst date ever. Like, when I tell y'all I was so dizzy, I had to take me a BC powder. And I had only had 1 drink. I had to take me a BC powder to kind of knock my dizziness away. Y'all, the boy still be texting me talking about some, hey beautiful, hey stranger, good morning stranger. Like, I'm glad you know that I'm a stranger and I'm gonna remain one. Like, you lucky I didn't block you. But y'all, that was a disaster. I don't know why men do that. Like, just be yourself. Fellas, if you're watching this, just be yourself. Somebody gonna feel it. Somebody gonna feel it. Somebody's going to feel you. He had a better chance at getting a second date by just coming on a date and vibing. You didn't have to name drop none of these people. I don't care how much money you got. Like, I could be on a date with Rick Ross. Don't be sitting up here just bragging about just for nothing. Like, and you know what I noticed? The men that's always like bragging and just trying to get clout and stuff, those are the main ones that be calling us gold diggers when we ask them for something. I mean, you sitting up here saying, oh, I got this, I got that, I got that. Okay, I'm gonna call you on your bluff because for one, I know you lying. Cause men who really have it like that, they don't brag, trust me. So why is you doing all that? Like, chill. I just wanted to share that with y'all because I thought that was funny. And I was kind of bored and I just needed a dose. So yeah, if y'all had any crazy like dating experiences, like comment it down below and let me know. So that pretty much concludes this video. If you haven't already, don't forget to click that subscribe button and make sure you leave your girl a big thumbs up. As always, thank you for watching and I will see you guys in the next video. Mwah.